Hi folks, so today I want to talk about Lung 1 or the Middle Palace, which is Zongfu. And in ancient China, they believed that when a newborn took his first breath into the body, that this was the point that that breath came into. So the essential key that is taken in through the air that we breathe, the first breath that was taken in through this point in Lung 1. And with lung energy also, it's interesting that it is said to house what's called the Po, and the Po is our corporeal soul, so it's our physical soul. So it's the physical us, so like the personality of me or you in this body is what is housed, and this is very much in the lung energy, housed with the lung energy, and it connects very, very, very strongly to our physical senses and to all of our senses as well. And also, another interesting point for lung energy. So, it's said to be metal energy in the body. And at some point, I'll talk more about the elements because there's 5 elements within traditional Chinese medicine. And the lung is one of the metal. So, paired up with the large intestine. And both of these organs, and also the skin, so all of these organs, they are so you have different emotions that are linked to different of the organs. So with this, what you have on the one side is vital energy and that inspiration for life, our sense of authority with life. But on the other side of that, we also have grieving and sadness. So this particular point is really, really good if you've been going through a grieving process of any kind. It's really great to work with. And if you're feeling sad, it can kind of help to re-establish you with a sense of quality in your life and your own personal sense of value within your life. So on a physical level, it deals with everything to do with particularly phlegm, all issues to do with phlegm. So really good well indicated point for influenza, bronchitis, for colds, for coughs, sinuses, sinus issues, stuffy blocked nose, anything to do, also asthma as well. So, and anything that if you have any shoulder pain or upper back pain, so into this thoracic region around the upper back, into the neck and into the shoulder. Very, very good point. So let's do a little bit on location because it's can be tricky to locate, but we're going to have a go today. So what I want you to do is to find your collarbone. So the collarbones is that bone along here, just down from the shoulder. And where the collarbones meet in the center, you have what's called the manubrium, which is a flat bone here. So if you feel into this, and it's linked into the sternum, which is on this center line of the body. So you can feel this manubrium down here. And what I want you to do is to get 2 fingers and feel to the side of that flat bone. And then what you'll do is you'll come into a gap either side of a rib. And this is the second rib. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your finger off the lower, because you only want to be in this gap on the upper part of the second rib. And you're going to run your finger all the way along. And where the collarbone is here, there's a little dip just below it. So just beside the shoulder, it's called the deltopectoral triangle. And you're going to find a little gap into there. And this is where lung 1 is. So if you can see, I've got my finger into this point here. Another way of checking to see whether you've got the point is, so it's 6 sun from the center line. Now we talked about sun before. So 3 sun is across here along on your hand. But an easier way to do it is you find again the center line. So if you find the center point here, just underneath where the collarbone is, and up into the shoulder, you've got this acromion process, which is this bony process on the outside of the shoulder. Now the length between there and the shoulder is 8 sun. So if you placed your hands against there, it'd come up with 8 sun. So what you then want to do is if you put your thumbs in, it makes it easier, and then you can bring your fingers and find a center line by just gently bringing in. So that then you know is 4 sun, and then you're going 2 sun more, so into that lovely gap. Okay, so once again from this center line on this manubrium, you've got this lovely rib either side that your fingers can drop into. So you'll feel it on the lower and the upper finger. Take the lower finger away because we're going to work with lung 1 today. So run your finger all the way up that gap. And there you have the collarbone. And you're coming all the way up the gap, and just below the collarbone, beside where the shoulder is, you've got this lovely pectoral triangle, and you're going to dip into there. So I've given you 2 ways to locate lung 1 today. So when you come into the point, if you come down, so I'm going to change fingers, I'm going to bring this finger in, and if you come down, you can see I'm pushing down in towards the pectoral, okay, so pushing as if I'm pushing diagonally down through my body in towards the pectoral. So you're not coming straight through, you want to have an angle into there. And another really nice thing I like to do is get a very soft knuckle and kind of just rotate into there. Sometimes it makes it easier because you'll get lung 1 and lung 2 with this if you just work all the way around into that lovely triangle area, the deltoid pectoral triangle. Okay, and you can also make a soft fist on the other side and just have a little bit of a play with banging into that point. So I'd work on this point. I mean, you can also bring your fingers into that point and just work into the area. You'll know you've got it again with most of the points because you feel a sensitivity. You can feel where the point is. But there's a few different ways to work with the point. So you can either bang, you can either rotate, or you can find the specific point and work your finger in, working kind of at an angle down through the body. And there we have it. So that's Zong Fu, or the middle palace, the point at which all of our, when we took the first breath in as a baby, all of that, the first ki came into our body, said to come in through this point. Absolutely fantastic for this particular season of the year. Great for sadness and grief. So yeah, have fun with that point, and I will see you next week.